Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in this best of 3. We can see that Welmu has tied things up, taking a play out of the Protoss playbook, rushing very early with a proxy robotics facility, and just bunker busting Lucifron. Not quite sure what Lucifron could have done better in that particular situation. Guardian Shield, in addition to Guardian Shield in addition to Immortal, so effective, especially without Lucifron's typical level 1 weapons upgrades. I'm not 100% sure if I even caught the upgrades there. Just so concerned about whether or not Lucifron could hold it off without really looking at the entire picture. Now, here in Game 3, everything on the line. Lucifron spawning on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Welmu spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map of Whirlwind LE. 4 possible spawning locations, and these players will actually have to scout each other out. Now, Whirlwind, one of those maps, I would say very similar to Tall Dream Altar in terms of vast openness, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. Expansions are a little bit more difficult to get to. Your third base, you actually have 2 options to either expand towards or away from your opponent. A little bit of an advantage there. Third bases, if they are taken, will most likely be this base here and also this base over here, with no one really going after this space or this space at the 3 o'clock position. Terran players could try to take it, but that would be rather risky, as we now see Lucifron playing a very, very risky opening, going for a command center first. This is Whirlwind LE, and I do know that players often feel that the size of the map does give them the advantage in hiding an expansion, but will he have enough units to fend off any sort of attack? Welmu, however, has not scouted out his opponent, even though he is going for double gas, only with 2 workers on each assimilator. We could be seeing a Stargate come in here momentarily. As soon as we do get a Stargate, or that all-important third building from Protoss, what will be going down? Now, why is that third building important? It really dictates what the Protoss player is going for. If you see another gateway, you will most likely see more gateways behind it, indicating a very, very heavy gateway force. If you see a Twilight Council robotics facility or Stargate, you're looking into more tech, and then you should also be able to know what to expect. This SCV is going to be doing a bit of scouting, has taken a look around, notices the Mothership Core is now coming online. This is going to be a Mothership Core expansion, as Welmu sets up his Nexus while the upgrading of Orbital Command has already been started. Just a slight difference there. Lucifron, however, going to come out slightly ahead while he does get those mules into play. Lucifron now relying and going back to his mass barracks roots. That's what we're seeing right now, as he is also double expanding or double gassing at this point, hoping to have a whole bunch of Marines to fend off any sort of Mothership Core attack, while also getting enough gas here perhaps to get Stim and Combat Shield. I don't see an engineering bay. Level 1 weapons upgrade will not be coming in anytime shortly, as we are looking at a robotics facility inside the base of Welmu. Welmu most likely will be going for that early observer, followed by those immortals, an immortal sentry. If it worked in Game 2, why not repeat here in Game 3? This probe, however, is still wandering around the map looking for his opponent, has not found him, and that is a tragic mistake there, as the probe still wandering, hoping to find out where exactly Lucifron could be hiding. Pretty much knows where Lucifron is now, as we are going into Stim. 170 seconds for research. Engineering bay now being placed down as well. It looks as though that's going to get started in just a second. Level 1 weapons upgrade, so important to get past Guardian Shield. It does take 160 seconds though, and 160 seconds, almost 3 minutes. And that means that Lucifron will be slightly delayed compared to his standard 7-minute upgrade time. Alright, SCV about to come up the ramp here. Hallucinated Phoenix now making its way over as well. Gonna be doing a fair amount of scouting. Takes a look around, sees what's happening, and now still on the move. You can take a look back over here. Tech Lab Stim Pack, Hallucinated Phoenix still doing those flybys, as the Marines are perhaps hoping to catch the Hallucinated Phoenix as it is going to be running. Nope, not going to catch it in time. Getting in some easy shots as the Phoenix is now backing away. So far, handful of Marines, no additional base established yet. One observer on the ramp as we're now going into early Colossus. Oh, early Colossus. You don't even need extended thermal lance range. If you have Guardian Shield, you can zone out many of the Terran Bioforce and then allow the Colossus with its splash damage to finish everything else off. You can see 3 sentries are already on the field. The main problem with this build, though, is how gas intensive it is. Colossus and sentries, both very gas intensive units, which is why we are already seeing Welmu getting very heavy gas on these 2 bases. Coming back over here, Marines, Marauders. You can take a look here, Refinery. And there is also the Vespine Geyser down over here that has yet to be taken. SCV has taken a little bit of damage, but so far, Welmu and Lucifron, both of them just setting up their mid-game, hoping that their next fight goes well in their favor. We are going to most likely have 2 Colossus ready on the field with extended thermal lance range by the time this fight does go down. Medevacs are being trained, but it will be quite some time before we see any Vikings. Terran players know that they need to get Vikings in order to counter Colossus, but at this point, most Terran players go for 4 to 6 Medevacs before their first Viking is trained. Alright, 2 Medevacs about to be completed. 2 more should be coming in momentarily. No, not quite yet. Not enough gas, as we are now looking at a Marine Marauder force walking into most likely what is a trap. Extended thermal lance range. Level 1 weapons upgrade. We are chrono boosting out the level 1 weapons upgrade. The extended thermal lance range still has a little bit ways to go. You see plenty of energy here, and the Colossus needs to hide its existence for as long as it can, as we can see that there are Marauders and Marines. All right, there you go. Are we going to perhaps see a pickup into the main base? That one probe, sentries and zealots now coming back down. All right, I need to make sure my Skype is set to away, so that I don't get those messages. Medevacs now looking to come in here. There you go. As the Medevacs quickly get out of dodge, they realize, wow, 2 Colossus already on the field. My forces, which I thought were superior, are actually inferior in terms of tech. Extended thermal lance range already done. Level 1 weapons upgrade already done. 3rd Colossus halfway done. 3 Colossi versus all of these massive bioforces. Vikings need to be trained. There's 2 of them, but I don't believe they will be trained up in time. Unless Welmu takes this opportunity to not do anything and do not push while he has the superior army supply and the superior tech. Level 1 weapons upgrades, 1-1 upgrades in addition to extended thermal lance range should be more than enough here, as we see a Marine getting taken down. 2 Medevacs holding off right next to an observer, though. That is a bit of a problem. Lucifron now trying to make them push in. You can see that the Medevacs and Zealots are do spot each other, and Lucifron, if you do not know this trick, you can actually kind of spot an observer if you try and rotate your camera. That is one of the few tricks. Observers are easy to spot while they're moving. If you cannot if the observer's not moving, just rotate your camera, and then there you go. There's the move. All right, Colossus quickly taking down that one bunker there. There's some force field. Vikings are now trying to go in for an engagement as well. The bunkers are not nearly completed in time. There's some cancellation. All the Vikings pretty much being forced back out, as the Colossus using their War of the Worlds advantage, that superior range, to take down the Bioforce. All right, so many units have been taken down. There's a force field on the ramp. No more reinforcements, as we're now looking at a handful of Marines trying to just walk inside the base and do a bit of damage. This Medevac low on hit points here. This could be relatively bad. Meanwhile, the main attack going down, and Lucifron looks like he is in trouble. SCVs all torn apart. Colossus just going to walk inside this base. So strong. So many Bioforce, or so many gateway units coupled with Colossus. Colossus now being microed into the back. SCVs not being able to even walk their way over to try to lend an fusion cutter, and down they go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this best of 3 series.